Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of Wheelersburg High School for tonight's SOC2 matchup between the visiting South Webster Jeeps and your Wheelersburg Pirates. I'll be your play-by-play commentator, Gavin Race, joined with our guest commentator,
Garris Carell.
Tonight we have the final game of the Pirates season as they are 17-1 thus far. So they are facing against the 8-10 Jeeps. And as of right now, the Pirates have clinched a share in the SOC, depending on results elsewhere with Waverly and Valley.
Yep.
Yes, if Valley were to win that game, then it's an outright win for Wheelersburg. If Wheelersburg wins here tonight, it's an outright win. But if Wheelersburg were to lose this game and Waverly wins tonight, then we see all eyes are on tomorrow night's game at Valley, where Waverly and Valley play again.
That's right. You know, you've got a lot of Wheelersburg fans rooting for Valley this evening.
Yes. And even with that, their fate's in their own hands. Wheelersburg, if they win tonight, they clinch an outright victory. It continues a long streak of Wheelersburg winning the SOC. Started off with that class a couple years ago featuring Tanner Holden, Trent Salyers, Connor Mullins. And now it's kind of gone passed down to this senior class of Matthew Miller, Carter McCorkle, J.J. Truitt, and they've balled out this year.
You know, Wheelersburg back in the day in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, you know, had a lot of good runs there. And, you know, you've seen that over the last few years here at Wheelersburg. You even go back to the Caden Coleman era, and from up to this point now, you know, you've had several talented players playing at the next level, you know, a lot of talent coming through Wheelersburg. You know, a lot of times it's on the football field, but, you know, last couple of years it's been on the basketball court as well.
Yeah, you look back through the 2000s, you have guys like Drew Burleson, who many consider one of the best athletes, period, to come through Wheelersburg, as he was probably one of the more dominant players that this area has ever seen. And then you had the team featuring Cam Miller, Seth Kogel, Drew Spradlin, that made a couple runs to the Final Four. Then obviously the Brandon Shakeweiler and Andy Stegman era, kind of in the middle there. Then you had Eddie Miller, Caden Coleman. You had those guys come through. Then the Holden era, which is pretty well remembered as of recent memory. And now you have this team, and they've lived up to the hype that they had this year.
Yeah, you know, this senior group has really played an excellent season, you know, coming into this year with, you know, COVID-19 and everything that entails. You know, it's definitely been a ride for every team in the area. You know, some schools have been quarantined once, some twice, and I believe there's a few in the area that's been 3 times. So,
yes.
You know, it really takes a toll on the team. You know, during the quarantine, you can't, obviously you can't practice. You know, there's no togetherness, so you're really, you know, when it's game time, you just hope you can play the game, and it's definitely nice to see at this time of the year that, you know, things are looking like they're going on the uphill, you know, that things are going to get better, and tournament time is just around the corner, and, you know, there's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, and on the other side, we have a team that definitely could play spoiler in the conference this year with South Webster, and they're one of those teams that if they're hot, it's a real possibility. They do have a losing record at 8-10, but they got a lot of guys that can shoot. Trey Zimmerman, Cam Carpenter, Connor Bender, Jaron Lower. Those guys are not afraid to shoot, and they'll shoot from anywhere inside their own half, and they'll make them.
Yeah, you know, Wheelersburg definitely has to stay on their men tonight and, you know, really watch that. You let Zimmerman, you know, shoot his shot.
Oh.
you definitely don't want that. So, you know, that's going to be a huge factor tonight. Like you said, if they can make their shots, this is definitely a ball game.
I believe earlier in the year, Zimmerman, he had, 37 against Valley?
I believe so.
And that was probably one of their best wins this year, 71-64. They beat them. Otherwise, you see probably the most daunting one was the difference between Wheelersburg and West. Wheelersburg playing West and Valley playing West. And I think that had a lot to do with the pressure that they saw against West, and maybe it was tough for this young team to handle.
Yeah, you know, West, a senior-loaded team, and just a lot of talent they have out there this year, and they're going to make a good tournament run as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're playing elsewhere tonight, and we might be able to keep track of that. So we're going to go ahead and hand it over to public address announcer Matt Hancock for the national anthem and starters.
Welcome to Wheelersburg High School. If you would stand, remove your hats for our national anthem. Good evening and welcome to our last home game of this regular season at Wheelersburg High School. The Wheelersburg School Board would like to take a minute tonight and convey their genuine appreciation to all of our educators, administrators, and staff for navigating this challenging year. We are grateful for their effort in keeping our students healthy, adjusting to remote and hybrid formats, sanitizing, transporting students, and adjusting to all aspects of this new school year. Truly, let's give it up for all of our teachers and administrators and educators who helped this year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's game, hosted by Wheelersburg, between the South Webster Jeeps and your Wheelersburg Pirates. Our officials assigned to tonight's game have met extensive requirements by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Our officials tonight are Chad Jenkins, William Jordan, and Jason Purcell. Tonight, all are guests of Wheelersburg High School. We ask that all fans and coaches and players respect each other and respect our officials tonight. And now let's meet our teams. First, the South Webster Jeeps. With coach Brenton Cole. Their starting lineup. A sophomore standing 5'9", number 10, Jaron Lower. A sophomore standing 5'7", number 1, Connor Bender. A 6-foot sophomore, number 24, Will Collins. A junior standing 6'2", number 11, Cam Carpenter. And a junior standing 6 foot tall, number 2, Trey Zimmerman. And now, the starters for your Wheelersburg Pirates! With head coach Stephen Hager. Tonight's starters, a 6'1" guard, senior, number 12, Matthew Miller. A guard standing 6'1", he's a junior, number 13, Eli Sword. He's a senior forward standing 6'5", number 21, Carter McCorkle. And a senior forward standing 6'3", number 22, Jay Truman. And a senior forward standing 6'1", number 23, Jay Atkins. Let's hear it for tonight's players, coaches, and officials.
Will be in charge of the officiating tonight. Starters, as you saw, new addition for the South Webster Jeeps, number 24, Will Collins will get the start. Other starters are Connor Bender, Jaron Lower, Trey Zimmerman, and Connor Bender. Pirates have their usual 5, Miller, Swords, McCorkle, Truitt, and Adkins. And we're underway here. Truitt on the left side, he'll throw that big skip pass. They're gonna defend a lot around the perimeter as Miller goes up and he lays it in and 1. And we're underway here. Wheelersburg breaks out the scoring first. Miller with the and 1, and he'll head to the line. As I was saying though, Webster, they're gonna step out and they're gonna guard the 3-point line a lot because they live and die by the 3 on the offensive end. So if they can go 2 for 3 all night, that's something that can keep them in the game.
Yeah, you don't practice what you do, so.
Yeah. Carpenter on the wing, and he'll throw it back out looking for Lower, and he'll save it from going on the backcourt. Yeah, look, they're going to camp a lot around there. Pull up mid-range. Zimmerman knocks it down, and we're all nodded at 2.
Just like we were talking about on pregame, you have to stay on Zimmerman. He's going to do that to you all evening.
Yeah, you got to be aware of where he is because he's the guy that they're going to He's going to stop and pop on that mid-range. McCorkle on the lob, and he puts it in. And Wheelersburg goes up by 2. Yeah, he's going to hit that stop and pop mid-range, and he's going to be able to hit the 3 from just about anywhere. Bender up top, swings over lower a couple steps from behind, and it's going to clang off the backboard. No good. Miller running in transition. He'll slow it up, and he's defended by Bender. Now swing over Truitt. He'll look inside. McCorkle, backdoor cut. Adkins will lay it up and in. And that's probably going to be the most difficult task for the Jeeps tonight, is stopping the Pirates on the offensive end, because the Pirates, they're just, put simply, they're just bigger, stronger, faster than the younger Jeeps team, and it's something that's going to be difficult for them to do, is to try and keep up with them on the offensive end.
Yeah, and you just see the ball handling already by the Pirates. It's kind of throwing South Webster kind of for a little loop, like that last play, wide open shot.
Yeah, they're just uncomfortable. They just seem really uncomfortable, out of their element, but you see that they are a young team, and once they kind of get in the flow of it, they won't be afraid to let it fly. And we're going to have an off-ball foul. It's going to be on number 24, Will Collins, and that'll be his first. And the Pirates will take the ball. Miller will bring it across the timeline. 2 minutes gone, and the Pirates are already up by 4. McCorkle, he's not afraid to let it fly from there, and no good, but he'll get his own board. Misses the layup, gets his own board again. No good. Swords on the tip in, no good. Swords again puts it up and in. Couple offensive rebounds, and that's something that they can't allow to happen.
Yeah, you want that first shot, but, if you're Wheelersburg here, you got to think you've got, 2 or 3 rebounds off that one play and was able to put the ball back in.
Coming back down the other way, misses the shot. McCorkle comes down with it. Miller in transition, a nice crossover move. Looking around, and he'll reset Truitt. Down the lane, looks inside, Adkins with. Now he gives Truitt a couple steps from behind the line, and J.J. Truitt knocks it down, and the Pirates lead by 9. Offense is flowing. Look at, if up on the board you can see each one of the Pirates have already struck. Swords, Miller, McCorkle, and Adkins all have 2. Bender lets it go. No good. And, of course, Truitt has 3. In transition, a nice pass. Swords kick back out. Miller set his feet and fire. No good. McCorkle on the putback. And 1. Carter McCorkle.
Just like you were talking about earlier, another offensive rebound, Wheelersburg is able to conquer that all night. They're going to be able to name a score.
Yes. Carter McCorkle, a great bucket. First shot up, and it's good. McCorkle will complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Bender will bring it up across the timeline. He's going to have a hard time tonight against the much bigger Pirate defenders. He only stands at 5'7" at that guard position, but he can shoot the ball.
Yeah, several teams in the area, they should use West, for an example, a really tall team, and when you get teams a little shorter, but like South Webster, but, they're able to shoot the ball, so, it all kind of
Collins lets it go, and no good. Rebound, Matthew Miller. He throws it ahead, looking. McCorkle tipped to Swords, and they're going to get him out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover against, I believe that's against Swords. Trying to keep the ball in bounds, wasn't able to. Now Sanderlin will check in the game. Adkins will head off. And it'll be Webster ball, Carpenter to take it out on the baseline. Yeah, Pirates getting out early. They want to put this away as quick as possible so they can feel pretty comfortable about their SOC title.
Too, at this time of the year, you got to be thinking, to a point, you got to be thinking tournament time. And if you get some of the players off the bench sometime in the game, it's only going to help you from here.
Kick out. Sanderlin thought about the 3. Now he'll swing to Miller. Truitt set his feet, lets it fly from the corner. J.J. Truitt, his second 3-pointer of the game, and the Pirates lead by 15 already. The Pirates are on the offensive end tonight, and the Jeeps have struggled to get it going. Lower, he's going to try and match it. No good. Rebound, J.J. Truitt. He comes down, finds McCorkle, lay it up and in. And one, Carter McCorkle. And he has another chance at getting 3 points the old-fashioned way. The Pirates are on an offensive explosion here early. Check this out. This was the three-pointer from Truitt. Let it go from the corner. Knock it down. Well, Corkle, we're going to have a timeout here. Pirates are putting on a clinic on the offensive end so far.
Yeah, and the thing that you talked about most here, well, maybe not most, but you talked about that kind of stuck out to me was how many Pirates have scored. A lot of times you get teams, one player gets hot, maybe two, but, Wheelersburg spreading the ball around like they are, that's going to be hard to stop.
Yes. As we can see so far with the points, McCorkle has 7, Truitt has 6 from his 2 3-pointers. Miller with 2, Swords with 2, and then Adkins adding 2 for himself. It's just they're spreading the ball around, getting it to everyone. Meanwhile, the only basket was the first shot of the game for the Jeeps, and it came from Trey Zimmerman. And they've kind of kept the ball out of his hands so far.
Yeah, it looks like they've took about 10 shots so far this game, and just so many of the shots so far has been contested. They just had a hand in their face at every shot. Anytime a young team has to go through that, it's going to take a little bit to at least get it going. But, in South Webster's side here, you're down 19-2. You really don't have time to be, learning things.
Well, Corkle will step up, and he'll take his free throw, and it's good. Carter McCorkle completes 3 points the old-fashioned way. Bender will bring it up. He gives it over Lower. He's taken that deep 3 a couple times tonight. Hasn't been able to find the bottom of the net. McCorkle guarding Zimmerman down the lane. Blocked by McCorkle. And he grabs the rebound. Coming down the other way. Miller going in and not able to get it to go. Stolen by Bender. He comes down. Miller chased down. And he'll foul. And it'll be a foul against Matthew Miller. And it will send Connor Bender to the line. So the Jeeps will have a chance to put some points on the board here. Look at this. Bender did a nice job to strip that away. McCorkle missed on the reach. Miller tried to go up and get a big block, and he ended up fouling him. Bender, first free throw up and good. And the Jeeps will move up to 3 now. Connor Bender, sophomore. Second one up, and it'll take a bounce up and in. Truitt, he'll give it in. Sanderlin will bring it up now. Kenny Sanderlin, sophomore, he's kind of the youth on this team, and he's played very well. And we got Matthew Miller. He drops it in and 1. The Pirates are on fire from the field. That makes them 9 of 12 now, 75%.
And for South Webster here, they keep having these and ones, the foul trouble. You're going to have some of your key players having to, possibly sit out some in the second quarter is going to play a huge part on their end as well.
Yeah, as we can see right now, number 24, Will Collins has a foul. Miller, he'll miss the free throw. Will Collins has a foul. Cam Carpenter has a foul. Jaron Lower has a foul. And I believe Connor Bender has 2 fouls as well as he headed to the bench. Throwing it in, looking for Collins. He puts it up, no good. Rebound, Carter McCorkle. Swords throws it ahead to Truitt. He thinks about the 3. Now he'll step in. A beautiful pass. And Kenny Sanderlin puts it down. And the Pirates lead by 20. In the first quarter, they are putting on a clinic.
You just think of the score of the Wheelersburg and Waverly game. It was a fairly low-scoring game.
Pirates didn't even have this many at halftime.
Yeah.
And, that just kind of shows the difference defensively between South Webster and some of these other teams. They go Carpenter. He goes down the lane. He'll lose it, but they get it back. Collins going up against McCorkle over the front of the rim, and Will Collins will put it in. And that brings the Jeeps to 6. Looking for Swords off his hands, and it'll go out of bounds. And now the Jeeps will retain possession. I'll throw it in, and it'll be Brady Blizzard. He checks in the game for the first time, and he'll bring it up. Brady Blizzard, a junior. He started a couple games this year for the Jeeps, coming off the bench tonight. A little bit of a different look. Drop in, Will Collins going up, can't finish. Rebound, Eli Swords. Down, Sanderlin on the lob, puts it in. Kenny Sanderlin, what a basket. And the Pirates increase their lead back to 20. Coming down with it, Trey Zimmerman. He'll give it over lower. Now looking in, it's going to be tipped away. McCorkle, he'll come up with it, throw it ahead. Matthew Miller going up, lays it up and in. And the Pirates are up to 28 now with a minute left here in the first. Trey Zimmerman will bring it across. It's been a clinic by the Pirates, not letting the Jeeps even breathe on the offensive end and then giving them no time to think on the defensive end. They'll kick it out lower, thinks about the three. Now he goes back to Blizzard. McCorkle defending, Carpenter up near the top. Zimmerman looking. Now he'll let it fly from way downtown. Trey Zimmerman knocks it down. And that'll be his 5th point of the game. When he shot the ball, Trey Zimmerman's looked very good so far. Truitt down the lane, going up, misses the shot. Rebound, Carter McCorkle. Trying to go up with it, not able to, and it's taken away. Steal by Will Collins. They throw it ahead now. Carpenter gives it back to Zimmerman, defended by Kenny Sanderlin. And he's going to call for a little bit of a screen here. He's going to take this last shot. Setting up near the volleyball line. Sidestep, lets it go from deep. No good. Rebound, Carter McCorkle, and that'll do it for the first half. Pirates letting it fly early and often. They lead the South Webster Jeeps 28-9, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Beginning with the second quarter, Southwestern ball.
Welcome back. Wheelersburg, they're putting on a clinic here as they head into the second quarter, leading 28-9. And South Webster hasn't had a chance to breathe.
Yeah, like you said, they're just Wheelersburg's putting on a show tonight. That 28 points in one quarter. That's something to talk about.
100%. Lower will swing it over now. Collins with it on the wing. South Webster, they've not really had a lot of shots in this game. Only 12 shots compared to the Pirates 16. That shot goes up and it's good. Trey Zimmerman on the bucket. Throw it in the head. Jonah Lawson from the half-court line. He puts it in on the lob. What a bucket by number 15, the senior.
Just that transition right there, you can't stop that. I mean, you're gonna. That's one thing that Wheelersburg definitely has. It's gonna help them down the road as you start tournament.
It was a great pass there from Matthew Miller. Lower, and he's gonna lose it on the jump. Blizzard trying to come away with it, and it's taken away. Throwing it ahead. Sanderlin. And it'll be tipped out of bounds, stays with the Pirates. On the floor, the Pirates, they have number 10, Aaron Jolly, number 12, Matthew Miller, number 22, J.J. Truitt, number 35, Kenny Sanderlin, and number 15, Jonah Lawson. Now with it, Miller on the inbound, and he will toss it in to Truitt. They go back to him in the corner. Pirates, they've been dangerous from outside so far. Only 4 shots, but they've knocked down 3 of them, or 2 of them. Pull up mid-range. He can't hit. Rebound, Jonah Lawson. Truitt, step back 3, no good. Lawson comes down with it again, his second rebound. And it's put in by Kenny Sanderlin. and the Pirates will add another.
Just the ball movement on that play alone, you just see the senior leadership in this team, and then you throw a few of the younger ones in there. Just the gel this team has right now is,
Throwing it in. Lane Bond, he'll put it in, and he's on the board for the first time. Matthew Miller, crossover move, kick, Lawson. Now they go over. Sanderlin looks to 3, guarded by Bond, and he'll throw it out. They give it over. Miller driving down the lane. Kick, corner. Sanderlin lets it go from 3. No good. Rebound, Lane Bond. Now going to the corner. Cam Carpenter with it, and he gives it back to Collins. He'll drop it in. Backing down. It's going to be Blizzard. Carpenter puts it up and in, and he's got a bucket. And now they come back down the other way. Matthew Miller with it up top. Drive, right hand, no good, but Lawson can't finish the putback. Rebound, Truitt, no good. And we got a foul. So I think we'll be having, is it going to be Truitt shooting? Someone got fouled. Oh, I think they'll get Bond for the foul. Yes, they will. Lane Bond picks up his first foul. And Truitt will head to the line and shoot 2. Truitt has 6 points tonight, couple boards. He's played very well. Only 2 shots, and both of them were 3-pointers, but he knocked them down. Can't hit the first, though.
Truitt, the experience he's had here at Wheelersburg, he's
4-year starter.
4-year starter. He's played with Holden, played with Caden Coleman, played with some pretty good players. Now he's got this team, and, he's ready to make it, his turn, his run with his group.
Yeah, he's had some struggles this year with teams kind of focusing on him on defense. Misses the second free throw, no good, and it'll go out of bounds, stays with the Pirates. But when it's his time to come into his own, he will, and he's had quite a few big shots this year.
Yeah, when you go from a team with a player like Tanner Holden, everybody's focus that's playing Wheelersburg that night, putting such an emphasis on guarding Holden. Kind of let J.J. Truitt make his name, last couple of years. And like you said, now he's the player that the team is on their scouting reports or, chart checking off as, we need to make sure he's covered.
Yeah. McCorkle one-on-one against Bond. He steps back. No good. Rebound by Blizzard. And now he'll come down with it the other way. Zimmerman, long 3, lets it go. Trey Zimmerman knocks down another, and he's already in the double digits. Trey Zimmerman. He's leading the scoring for the Jeeps with 10. Gage Adkins back in the game. He'll swing it up top to Aaron Jolly. Jolly driving down the lane, looking, and he kicks out Lawson. Oh, it was a great find there by Lawson, but McCorkle can't come up with it, and Bond will come away with it.
There'd have been times they would have called that a kicking violation.
Now up top, you have Zimmerman guarded by Truitt. Zimmerman nearly lost his handle, and some great defense there by J.J. Truitt. 2 of the better players going at it right there. Zimmerman, long 3 again. Trey Zimmerman is hot, and he knocks it down, and all of a sudden we're back to an 11-point game. Trey Zimmerman is going off. He's got 13. And he leads all scorers with that. He has been unbelievable so far.
Just like we said, you have to make sure he's accounted for. And,
yes.
He's making those shots available now. He's
5 for 7, 3 of 4 from downtown.
You keep that up, it's like you said, the gap's getting closer and closer. And, Wheelersburg, the last few minutes, the shots haven't been falling like they were early on.
No. Check this out. Truitt set his feet on the step-back 3, wasn't able to get it to go, but a great rebound by Lawson. No-look pass, gave it in Sanderlin, and he put it down. That's one of the better plays we've seen all year.
Yeah, just such a this group plays so well together. You hear a lot of teams that, like we've talked about, that's had a few players here and there. At the end of nearing the end of one, at the Wheelersburg and Waverly and Valley game, it plays kind of some big implications on this game. Waverly 15, Valley 9. So Valley still
nearing the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they're still within that game. We'll just have to see where that one plays out.
Yeah, another game we're checking out around the county. Oak Hill is currently trailing to the West Senators 26-15 with 3:05 left in the first half. And the Pirates, they'll come out. Couple familiar faces back out there. Eli Swords and Matthew Miller return. And the starting group is back out. Now Truitt with it up top, guarded by Zimmerman. Miller working in the post against Blizzard. Blizzard's kind of a bulldog guard down there whenever he'll usually take the best player on the Pirates. Right now, Matthew Miller down the lane, can't finish, rebound Lane Bond. Now coming down the other way, it will be Zimmerman bringing it up. They got to pick him up early, and now they'll switch Adkins on to him. Bond with it, out near the three-point line, looking in, stolen by Truitt. He runs the floors, 4-on-3, finds Swords, reverse layup, can't finish, and it's brought down by Collins.
You know, right now, Wheelersburg needs to start making some of those shots underneath there. You know, they've been getting a little cold here lately. You know, this game's getting a little closer than I know the Ada would like right now.
Yeah, they've started off the first half incredibly hot, and now they're getting outscored 12-4 here in the second quarter. Throwing it in, looking for Collins. He's doubled down low on the block. Now working on Miller, one-on-one. Collins puts it up, and it's good, and one. Will Collins, and he's going to keep it close here in the second quarter. And it's down to 9 points. Look at this bucket right here. Collins going one-on-one with Miller, going up over top of him, draws the foul, and one. It's a great bucket there by Collins. Now, shot goes up, and it's good. Collins finishes 3 points the old-fashioned way. Couple switches. Real quick update from Waverly and Valley. All of a sudden, Waverly made it a really close contest, 15-14 out there. Down the lane, Truitt going one-on-one against Carpenter, and he draws the foul. It's going to be a foul number 2, Trey Zimmerman. And it will send Truitt to the line. He made a nice move here. Zimmerman guarding him on the perimeter. Went against the screen and was able to draw the foul as he went in. He's 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Has a chance to knock down a couple here, though. And he'll sink his first. Halftime score from Oak Hill. West leads over the Oak Hill Oaks 28-15. Truitt, second free throw. Up, and they'll bring it back to double digits now, 34-24. Zimmerman will bring it up. He's got 13. He leads all scorers with that. Now Lower with it. Loses it. Swords takes it away. Running in transition against Lower. Going up with it, and he puts it in. A coast-to-coast basket by Eli Swords. And it's back up to 12. Pirates 4-0 run here now. Zimmerman lets it go from 3, and oh my gosh, he is burning hot. Trey Zimmerman from downtown. He brings his total to 16. From 3, Truitt trying to match, can't do it. Rebound, Eli Swords, lobs it in. Adkins, he'll be fouled, and he'll head to the line. What a shot by Trey Zimmerman.
Yeah, I think Zimmerman could name his place on the court right now, and I believe he'd make it.
Yeah, he is burning hot right now. 4 for 5 from 3. Look at this shot. Oh, well, maybe not. But nonetheless, he's been unbelievable so far. Single-handedly kept the Jeeps in the game. Without him, we're looking at a score of 36-9. Shot goes up, and it's no good from Adkins on the first. Pirates have struggled from the line so far tonight, bringing their total to 4 of 9. Lane Bond will return to the game for the Jeeps. Adkins only with 2 points so far. Second shot up, and no good. Rebound by Xander Rollins as he comes into the game for the first time. Zimmerman brings it across, guarded by McCorkle now, loses his handle, throws it back in, looking for Bond, and Blizzard will come away with it. And he'll scramble out of bounds for it, and it goes out against him, and the Pirates will take possession.
You know, you see now when Webster gets on their end of the court, it's where's Zimmerman? We need to get him the ball.
Yes, he is flaming hot here in the first half, and it's something that you don't see much around here. Usually a lot of teams, when they beat a good team like Wheelersburg, it's usually just everyone's hot. But tonight it's been one guy, and he's just been torching them. Down the lane, Sanderlin will draw the foul, and he'll head to the line now. That's going to be against, don't know yet, swinging it around. It's going to be against number 45, Lane Bond. And it'll send Sanderlin to the line. Sanderlin, he has 6 points thus far. And he knocks down the first, bringing his total to 7. He's played well, kept himself out of the foul column. No fouls, but he's got 5 to give, which is probably something good to have in the second half. Second shot missed, brought down by Rollins, and he'll get rid of it now. Rollins with his second board of the game. Now they'll swing it over. Blizzard breaking down the lane, and it goes straight through the hands of Zimmerman. And now Wheelersburg will take possession. 37-27 here as we near the end of the first half. Brought across. Miller with it. Guarded by Lower. Now Blizzard switches onto him. Down the lane, Sanderlin muscling his way through. And he brings his total to 9. Kenny Sanderlin with the basket. And he leads all Pirate scorers off the bench. Now with it, Bond. Gives it over to Lower. Long three from, guess who? Trey Zimmerman knocks down another, and he has 19. Coming down the other way. They go back. Truitt thinks about the three. Now he gives it back to Miller. Miller guarded by Jaron Lower. McCorkle comes to set the screen. They get a switch. Lane Bond guarding Matthew Miller. 45 left. They throw it over to the corner. Truitt driving baseline. Kick. Sword. Set your feet and fire. No good. Rebound Matthew Miller. He finds Sanderlin. Goes in. And no foul, but he drops in the basket. Kenny Sanderlin brings his total to 11. And he leads all Pirate scores. 41-30. They give Zimmerman. He is steaming hot. And they'll foul. It'll be on Kenny Sanderlin.
Yeah, Kenny Sanderlin, he's having, from scoring perspective so far this game, he's probably the best half he's played all year.
Yeah, he's played very well. And they're going to switch it out now. Adkins will check in. Miller off. And they might be bringing Adkins on to pester Zimmerman and off-ball guarding. Zimmerman to throw it in, and now Adkins will step up and try and keep the ball away, but Zimmerman gets it. 17 seconds left now. They call the screen, Rollins, and now they're going to clear out for him. Final 10 seconds here. Trey Zimmerman, can he make something happen? Sidestep, heat check three, no good. McCorkle with the board, coming down behind the back. And he lets it go. It's good if it goes. No good. Sanderlin can't get it. And that'll do it for the first half. Wheelersburg leads over the South Webster Jeeps 41-30. We'll be right back with the halftime show, local updates, and the second half.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Hi, I'm Will Trapp from Columbus Crew SC. Playing soccer for my high school team helped me reach my goal of playing in the MLS and included winning a state championship. That's a thrill I will never forget. But please remember that how we play the game is just as important as wins and losses. Sports can teach kids so many life lessons, and we all have a part to play in making this a positive experience that builds character. In the stands and on the field, let's all do our part to respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying.
The Berg Sports Network halftime show. Before we get going, let's talk a little bit about some scores around the area before we get to the game stats. 29-20 in the third quarter. West leads Oak Hill. In the game you're watching, Valley Waverly, how about this?
Yeah, Valley's up right now, 27-25 on Waverly with about a minute left in the second quarter.
Yes, but Will Futhi is out tonight.
Yeah, they say he's out tonight, and I believe tomorrow night as well. So, it plays big implications on the SOC.
But now let's get back to our game. Wheelersburg shooting 17 of 33 for 51%, 52% for Webster, 11 of 21. The difference has been the three-pointers. By himself, Trey Zimmerman, 5 of 7. The team is 5 of 11, shooting just under 50%. Wheelersburg shooting 22% from the field, or from three. Wheelersburg has thoroughly out-rebounded them. I believe there's probably more rebounds that they've had that show just because they've had multiple offensive rebounds in a row.
And that's the biggest statistic that was standing out to me was the offensive rebounds. If you look at South Webster, all their rebounds so far have been defensive rebounds from our stat sheet here.
Yeah.
And
Wheelersburg
for Wheelersburg,
8.
it's been about half and half, out of, anytime you get 8, and that could be the difference in this ball game right now. There's majority of those offensive rebounds were early on, first quarter, when that could have, really played a difference in the score right now.
You see with the missed shots, it's like Wheelersburg, it's not that Wheelersburg just doesn't have a lot of defensive rebounds because they could be way ahead on defensive rebounds. But South Webster just haven't got as many shots as Wheelersburg. I mean, Wheelersburg with 12 more shots than they had, and if you look at it, turnovers are 6-6, but there's just a lot of mistakes that they've made that have not allowed them to get a shot off.
Yeah, and like you said, you throw another 10 shots on for South Webster right now, and depending on who was making those shots, it could be South Webster's game right now.
And if it was, you got one guy, Zimmerman, he's been going off. Let's take a look at this though. Sanderlin on the drive, he was able to they were able to swing it over. Truitt knocked down the three. He had 2 huge threes in the first half, the only 2 for the Pirates. And from outside at least, he's been the best scorer, and that was a part of a huge run Wheelersburg had in the first quarter. They outscored Waverly 28-9. Then you have this one right here. Miller on a spin move was looking on the high hook shot, drew the foul, and won. And he ended up converting that from the line. But the story on the other side has been Trey Zimmerman. He's been unbelievable so far.
Yeah, 19 points. He's 5 of 7 from three-point land. If he comes out hot the second half, you better expect another great half of basketball.
And remember, the 2 shots that he missed was right at the end of the first quarter. Right at the end of the first quarter, 2 guys in it, and right at the end of the second. Both of them, 2 guys in his face. 5-6 feet from behind the line, just because he wasn't able to get a good shot because Wheelersburg knew who was taking the last shot.
Yeah, and just like we talked about just a few minutes ago, the amount of shots. That'll be interesting to see the second half on how many shots South Webster is able to get off.
Quick stat here. You see this. Zimmerman had a little bit of a sidestep 3 pulled up and knocked it down. It was an unbelievable look. But Zimmerman has 10 shots by himself, and in total, Webster has 21. He's taking about half of their shots.
Yeah, you know that, like we talked about was in pregame, you know, you've got to watch him, and you can tell he's going to shoot the ball every chance he gets, and, you know, half of the shots, you know, you expect that the second half.
I mean, Pirates, they might send an immediate double team at this point just because of how hot he is from outside. And as many hands in the face as you can get, just to anything to neutralize him from deep.
You know, he's playing kind of like Trey Robertson did in
the
Berg and Waverly game.
Yeah, he's played very well. Wheelersburg, it's not really been a sole star. I mean, Sanderlin has played great off the bench. But otherwise, I mean, spread out scoring. McCorkle and Truitt with 8, Miller with 6, Swords with 4, Adkins and Lawson with 2 apiece. As we get back here for the second half. On the floor for looks like both teams will bring out their starters. And Miller will bring it across the timeline, and we're underway here in the second half. They swing it over, Adkins with it. He gives it, lob in to McCorkle. He puts it up, and no good. Miller comes down with the offensive rebound. Puts it back up and in, can't finish. Adkins now with the rebound. And it'll send Miller to the line to shoot 2.
More offensive rebounds.
Yeah, more. They're just playing unbelievable underneath the basket and grabbing as many offensive rebounds as they can. Look at that. It was a good look for Miller, but he just wasn't able to put it down. Lob pass in. Miller catch, puts it up, no good. Brought down by Jaron Lower. Now they'll bring it across. Zimmerman and he gives it to Blizzard. Shot goes up and foul. That'll be on probably McCorkle.
As you see a replay here, you see looks like they're going to call that foul on Truitt. You know, anytime that you get some early fouls like this, and they can start to pile up, and it can really, you know, affect, you know, the momentum of the game. And if Truitt would happen to get another foul, you know, you're looking at him. I believe that'd be his second. So you know, you start getting a little anxious on, you know, how tight can you play.
Yeah, Pirates, they only have 3 fouls so far, 2 for Miller, 1 for Truitt. Webster's had a hard time trying to stay out of the foul column. And they have 10 on the game, 1 here in the second half. Miller loses it on the spin move. Collins will come away with the steal. Now, Zimmerman swings it over to Lower, guarded by Swords. And he's looking in now. Zimmerman sneaks by. Shot goes up, no good. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jeeps off of Miller. It was a nice move by Zimmerman to beat Adkins. And he just about had a great shot there on that floater. Bender will inbound it, guarded by Truitt. Now they go back to him. The 5'7" sophomore kicks out now. Blizzard guarded by Truitt. Now they have Lower with it. He's not afraid to pull that deep 3. Looking inside, Collins comes down with it. Now Blizzard, the shot, no good. Rebound, Eli Swords.
You know, you saw there, even though Webster missed a shot, but just the ball movement they're starting to show, that you talked about earlier, just not feeling like they comfortable in the playing condition. I think that's changed.
Lower came down with that last rebound. Missed shot by Swords. Down the lane. And it'll be a foul. It's going to be against Carter McCorkle will pick up his first. And it'll send Bender to the line. Bender beat Miller. McCorkle tried to come across and block it. And it'll send him to the line now. Bender standing at 5'7". Most of the time he's going to be the shortest player on the floor, but he makes up with it with his effort.
Yeah, the name's on the tip of my tongue, but a few years ago South Webster had a shooter that was just a little bit taller than he is, and the kid was dunking, and he put on a show.
Putting it in now. Truitt will bring it up. 6:21 left now. Crossover move. Truitt with. He goes to McCorkle on the drive. Now kick as he falls down on the swing pass. Nice move here by Truitt. Now he'll kick corner. McCorkle lets it go from 3. Carter McCorkle knocks it down, and he brings his total to 11. And he'll match his teammate Sanderlin for the leading score.
You know, a few plays like that could get Wheelersburg back in that momentum they had the first quarter.
Well, this has been their quarter all year here in the third. Shot goes up, and it's good. Brady Blizzard on the reverse layup. And it will bring it back to a 10-point game. Miller, pull up mid-range. No good. McCorkle comes down, fighting for the basket, and he'll be fouled and head to the line. Nice job, McCorkle, on the offensive rebound. And look at this. McCorkle snuck in there, grabbed it one hand. Tried to go up for the putback, but he draws the foul. It's going to be on number 2, Trey Zimmerman, and that'll be his first on the game. He cannot get in foul trouble for Webster, or they're going to be struggling. Substitution, Will Collins will check in for Lane Bond will check in for Will Collins. McCorkle, he has 11 on the game. Shot goes up and good. Carter McCorkle sinks the second, and that brings his total to 12. Swings it over now. Zimmerman deep, guarded by Adkins. Now he makes a move, steps to the left side. Like, you watch the Jeeps offense, they're just camping around that three-point line waiting for a shot to open up. And they'll shoot it from just about anywhere. And it's not just Zimmerman. There are guys who are not afraid to shoot it from out there. Stolen. Carter McCorkle on the break. Look out below. McCorkle throws it down. Carter McCorkle on the break, and it moves his total to 14. Shot goes up, no good. No good by Lower. Rebound by Matthew Miller. Behind the back, puts it up, and it'll be a foul on the floor. Check this out. Carter McCorkle jumps the pass, comes down with it, and he throws it down. A little bit on the rim, but it was a great basket by McCorkle.
What a play. You know, he took advantage of the pass there and was able to capitalize on that one.
Now they'll swing it over. Swords with. Guarded by Lower out top. He drops it over. Miller with. Looks like the Jeeps have switched to a little bit of a zone style. Which, when I say that, it's not really they're kind of switching everything. Even if it's like a handoff pass or even a swing pass, they're not really like moving around from a spot. And that's kind of to quell the quick drives that they're getting. Now they give it in. McCorkle over the front of the rim, and he puts it in. Carter McCorkle moves his total to 16 now. Now Blizzard with. He goes to the corner, and he'll check it back up top. 49-34. He's trying to make something happen, and we got a foul. It'll be on J.J. Truitt, and it's on the floor. And that's Truitt's second now. And that's the second player for the Pirates with 2 fouls. And Atkins comes off now. Sanderlin on. Setting up for the inbound. It's going to be Bender. Looking in, drops it in. Floater up, no good. Miller comes away with the rebound. Moving in transition. Miller down the lane. Nice no-look pass, and he finds Kenny Sanderlin for the bucket. And Sanderlin moves his total to 13. Off the bench at that. He's given some great minutes for the Pirates.
You know, Ader has to be happy with his performance tonight, you know, coming off the bench and was leading scoring at one point for Wheelersburg.
Tip pass in transition now. Matthew Miller looking. No look. McCorkle can't corral it. Spot up 3. Swords from downtown. No good. And it'll be a spot foul. And that's going to be on number 45, Lane Bond. And it'll be his second. Or no, his third. That'll be Lane Bond's third foul. 51-34. Miller with. Now they throw it in. Swords with it. Around the perimeter. Looking around. Tipped away. Lower comes away with it. Jaron Lower. Looking to make a move. Goes over to Blizzard. Zimmerman with it out top. Spin move. Goes to Bond. Guarded by McCorkle. He drops it in. It's a beautiful pass from Lane Bond, but he can't finish. Rebound, Carter McCorkle. Running the break, he gives to Miller. Pull up mid-range, no good. And Lane Bond comes away with the rebound.
You know, for South Webster in this time of the game, those are the shots that you have to make.
Yeah, that's something you got to knock down if you want to stay in this game. And they've really started to run away with it now. Zimmerman he's going to try and keep them in it. Goes up for the shot, no good. Rebound, Carter McCorkle. And we're going to have a foul. And that's going to be on number 2, Trey Zimmerman, and that'll be his second. He's been the source of offense for them so far. He's not been able to get on the board yet here in the second half, but the more time he spends on the bench, the worse it is for the Jeeps. We have a substitution, Lane Bond off, Miles Beasley on. And Miller will bring it up. Now Truitt, he gives over Sanderlin. A lot of ball movement here. They look down low. McCorkle can't get it, and they'll slow it up. Nice steal there. Will Collins comes away with it. They go up. Beasley, the ball's thrown away, but corralled by Zimmerman, guarded by McCorkle, the big man, stepping out to guard him. Shot goes up. It's blocked by McCorkle. And they're going to get him for a foul. And Zimmerman will head to the line. That'll be McCorkle's second.
Third Wheelersburg player with 2 fouls.
Yeah, let's check this out. Zimmerman had a nice crossover move. McCorkle steps out. It's a 50-50 call. McCorkle got up there in his face. Looks like he got half ball, half wrist.
You know Ader can't be mad about that.
No.
At that point, effort play on that.
At that point in the game, McCorkle just tried to make a play on the ball, wasn't able to. It will send Zimmerman to the line. He's got 19. Zimmerman, second shot, up, and no good. Zimmerman misses both. Seems like he might have lost his touch here going in the second half. Long lob pass. Kenny Sanderlin puts it in from J.J. Truitt. And he brings his total to 15 now. What a pass. Blizzard picks up his dribble. Now Collins with it on the perimeter, guarded by McCorkle. McCorkle playing some nice defense out there, trying to keep Collins away from the drive. Spin move, shot goes up, and we got a 5-second call drawn by McCorkle. And it'll be a turnover against Will Collins. Now Miller will throw it in, and he'll bring it up himself. We're under 2 minutes left here in the third. Gives it over Truitt. He gets a nice screen from McCorkle. He looked in. Now he goes swords in the corner. Lets it go from 3. No good. Rebound by Lower. 53-34. Zimmerman with it. Guarded by McCorkle. And he'll space it out now. Nice job by Truitt to get a hand on it. They drop it in. Shot goes up by Beasley. No good. Truitt running in transition. Throws the nice pass. Sanderlin pump fake up and good. Kenny Sanderlin puts it in. And he has 17. Zimmerman will bring it up. Now long 3, Jaron Lower. No good. Rebound Matthew Miller. Here he comes in transition. Matthew Miller running fast. Euro step going up with the right hand. Can't finish. And it's brought down by Sanderlin. And it'll go out of bounds, turnover. And we'll have a switch here. Jolly checks in the game for Swords. Jolly not yet in the stat sheet. No fouls, no points. And no boards, I believe, so.
He's got to hold another quarter.
Yeah, he's got some time. Lower drops it in. McCorkle trying to knock it away from Blizzard. Pump fake look around. He's continuing. McCorkle with some nice defense, and he keeps him off. Miller running in transition with the board. Going up. Matthew Miller puts it in. And Miller will now have 8 on the game. Coming down with it, Miles Beasley, guarded by Truitt. Looking over Lower, down low. Zimmerman. And no good. McCorkle trying to tip it away. But he tips it straight to Brady Blizzard. No good on the shot. And J.J. Truitt comes away with the rebound. Running in transition, a nice pass. Blocked by Miles Beasley, and it goes out of bounds, stays with the Pirates. And now we got a quick rotation. McCorkle off, Lawson on. 5.2 seconds left, 57-34. Looking, throw it up. Lawson puts it in. Jonah Lawson on the bucket. And we're here in the final few seconds. They throw it in. Beasley back. And Blizzard will fling it up there. Over the backboard. No good. 59-34, the end of the third quarter. Wheelersburg knocking off the South Webster Jeeps. We'll be back with the fourth quarter.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back here in the fourth quarter. Let's check out some scores from the area. Waverly leading the Valley Indians 38-31. And a closer game than we expected here. West only leading by 5, 37-32.
You know, West has had some pretty big games this year, and I believe they only just lost just a few games this year. So.
I think they've lost 4. 1 to Waverly, 2 to Berg. And I think they had an early loss in the season to Minford, which they lost 3 of their first 4. Only 1 loss late here in the season, and it came to Wheelersburg. On the floor, Truitt, Lawson, Sanderlin, Jolly, and I believe Miller. Yes, Miller. Bender with it up top. He drops it in. Carpenter with, blocked by Aaron Jolly. And he grabs his own board, Aaron Jolly. Down the lane now, Miller. Looking, corner. Lawson thought about it. Nice move. Looking around, he finds Aaron Jolly. Crossover. Drops in a great pass to Sanderlin. Working in the post. It's up and in. What a game he's had. Kenny Sanderlin now has 19 on the game. And Wheelersburg leads 61-34. Up top, it's Trey Zimmerman, guarded by Miller. Now Bender looking. He'll throw it over, gives it lower. And Carpenter with it. Carpenter swings around, goes to Blizzard. Brady Blizzard on the drive, trying to get by, and we got a foul. It's going to be a spot foul, and I think they'll get Aaron Jolly for this. And no. Wait. No, they'll get J.J. Truitt. So Truitt will pick up his third here in the fourth quarter. Now swing over. They give Connor Bender. He goes back to the corner. Lower thought about it, but he'll bring it down, and they'll reset their offense. It's been a clinic here in the second half. Pirates outscoring the Jeeps 20-4 so far. Looking around, ball batted around, and it'll go out of bounds. Wheelersburg takes possession. Nice hustle there by Blizzard to try and keep it in, though. Now Jolly will throw it in. And they'll give it over. Truitt, long three. He's got space. No good. Offensive board by Matthew Miller. Shot goes up. No good. Dropping it in. It's thrown away. Sanderlin throws it away.
Looks like some miscommunication there for Sanderlin.
Yeah. Now Bender, he'll be the one to bring it up now. 61-34. They'll give it over. At this point in the game, long three there by Zimmerman, no good. Rebound by Brady Blizzard. He finds Zimmerman on the floater, no good. Board by Miller. Now in transition, Miller pull up mid-range, knocks it down, and he's in the double digits with 10. And they give it over Connor Bender. Now they give it up top. Brady Blizzard guarded by Truitt. He drives right. Looking, pull up, mid-range, no good by Blizzard. Long outlet pass. Finds Aaron Jolly, lob it up. Kenny Sanderlin puts it in. He's got 21. Off the bench, what a performance it's been by Kenny Sanderlin.
Leading scorer for both teams now.
Yes, he's played incredible off the bench. Zimmerman sizing up Miller. Now he looks over, gives lower. Guarded by Sanderlin. Throws it in. Zimmerman thought about it. Jolly on him. Fall away jumper. No good. Rebound Matthew Miller. He comes down the other way. Behind the back. Crossover. Down the lane. Nice bucket. Matthew Miller. He's got 12. And Bender will slow it up. Bring it down. Bender with. Gives over lower. Guarded by Truitt. 4:55 left. Now they give in. Carpenter at the free throw line. He shoots and knocks it down. Cam Carpenter in the score column now. They throw it ahead. Truitt going up and no good on the shot. And it will stay with the Pirates. New faces. Braxton Race checks in and Cooper McKenzie. Matthew Miller and J.J. Truitt off. And it can be assumed the trio of seniors the Pirates have had this year, Miller, Truitt, McCorkle's nights are over.
Yeah, and you got to think,
Speaking of, platoon change for the Jeeps.
This time of the year, you got to, if you can, put your game away and pull out your starters.
Yeah, right now on the floor, number 5, Brock Campbell. Number 21, Miles Beasley. Number 22, Xander Rollins. Number 24, Will Collins. Shot goes up, no good by Jolly. And number 45, Lane Bond. And on the other side, Wheelersburg, Aaron Jolly. I think Eli Swords might be still out there. Cooper McKenzie. As we see in scores around the area, teams start to pull away. West leading 45-32. Waverly leading 44-34. But nonetheless, unless something unprofound happens, Wheelersburg's looking like they're going to lock up an SFC outright win tonight. Swing over, 3 is up and good. That's a big shot right there, number 5, Brock Campbell from downtown. And it'll bring their total to 39, his first bucket of the game. Race, backdoor cut, finds Jolly on the floater. Aaron Jolly with his first bucket. And it's 69-39. They lead by 30. Brought up now. Carpenter with it, guarded by Lawson. Beasley looks on the step back, trying to get the ball out of his hands now. He finds Rollins. He gives Lane Bond. Now they go in. Rollins guarded by Race. Nice spin move, Xander Rollins on the reverse, and it's a great bucket by Rollins. And they're into the 40s. Jolly will bring it up. 3:28 left. Aaron Jolly gives over. All right, so they've stuck to their offensive scheme even with their second group in here. Floater up and good. Kenny Sanderlin, what a game he's had. And they're going to end his night there. 23 points for Kenny Sanderlin. Tack on 5 boards, and he's going to have a career night. Brock Campbell will bring it across the timeline. Bond in the post working on McKenzie. Bond swing over, stolen by Aaron Jolly. And he takes it away. Down the court, he finds Schwamberger. Nice pass. Cooper McKenzie put it in.
Just like you said, Wheelersburg's running the same scheme they were for their starters, and second string is doing well with it.
Another 3. It's Brock Campbell from downtown. and he has 2 for 2 from three-point land. Jolly with nice move down the lane, lob up McKenzie. Reverse Mike and shot no good. And it's brought down by Carpenter. He brings it down. Carpenter will reverse it around now, and he's guarded by Lawson on the perimeter. Cam Carpenter working in the post. He kicks out Xander Rollins. Rollins back out. Carpenter behind the back. He's making a nice move, and it's up, no good. McKenzie can't come down with it. His own board, and Carpenter puts it up and in. Jolly bringing it down. Working down the lane. Looking for the back door, not there. Down the lane. Ooh. And they'll swing it around. Lawson, set your feet and fire. Knocks it down. Jonah Lawson from downtown. Nice bucket, and he's got 7. Most on the floor for any of the Pirates. Rollins with it outside. Swings over. Miles Beasley with it. Up top, Brock Campbell guarded by Jolly. Campbell back to Beasley. Couple pump fakes, lets it go, and no good. Rebound, Jonah Lawson.
Lawson having a good game off the bench.
Yeah, he is. 7 points, 4 boards. And Race will draw a foul, and he'll head to the line. 1:14 left. And that one's going to be on, I believe number 22. Let's check it out, going up. Yeah, they're going to get Rollins for it. And it'll be his first. Race, first chance from the line. No good. Can't sink the first. And the next 2 seniors will exit. Lawson and Jolly are done for the night. Braxton Race at the line. And a couple guys in. Caleb Arthur and Nolan Wright have checked in for the first time. Carpenter going up with it. Can't finish. Brought down by Caleb Arthur. Down the lane now. Shot goes up. No good. Block. That's by Brock Campbell on the block, and he comes down with his own board. Schwalberger can't finish. And we're into the last couple seconds here. And it's tipped out of bounds. 49 seconds left here. Thrown in, looking for Bond, tipped away. Rollins comes away with it, and they're going to get McKenzie for a foul. And it'll be his first, or his second. Bond will head to the line, and he'll shoot two, as now both teams are in the bunks. First shot up by Bond, and no good. Brought down by Caleb Arthur, his second board of the game. Working in the post, Cooper McKenzie going up, and he puts it in. Cooper McKenzie on the basket. And he's got 4 now. They bring it over. Beasley, 30 seconds left. They go in. Rollins makes a move. Pump fake, shot up, and good. Xander Rollins on the basket. 79-48, 20 seconds left here. Stolen, Miles Beasley on the fast break. Race will pick him up. Beasley, pull-up shot, no good. McKenzie comes down with it, and McKenzie will just bring it across, and he'll call it a night here. We'll be back with the post-game show, but here's your final. 79-48, Wheelersburg knocks off the South Webster Jeeps and captures their 4th straight SOC title. We'll be right back with the post-game show.
Please try to say, have a blessed evening.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Ohio learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to throw on my uniform after school.
Welcome back to the Berg Sports Network post-game show. Wheelersburg knocks off South Webster 79-48. Quick look at the team stats. Garris, I'll turn it over to you for the team stats.
Yeah, if you look up there, I think one of the biggest things that really just shows in this game is the rebounds. 43-23. You know, Wheelersburg had a lot of offensive rebounds where on our stat sheets I have only 2 offensive rebounds for South Webster to Wheelersburg 16. So, you know, right there is a huge part in the statistics.
Absolutely, and you check out the field goal percentage. Wheelersburg shot an incredible 51% compared to Webster only shooting 38. From 3, Webster shot better, 43% to Wheelersburg's 28, but all their three-pointers came from 2 players, and 2 of them came very late in the game. Otherwise, some quick updates. Game finishing up and around the area. 62-37 is a final that we have at Oak Hill. West knocks off the Oaks.
Waverly's up on Valley right now, 55-45, with about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So a little bit games behind compared to the 2 games that we just mentioned.
I'm sure if you checked in on WNXT, you could probably find that game on the radio. I don't know if you could pick up a live stream unless you got a couple bucks laying around. But anyway, besides the
story
point.
for another day.
We're going to finish it up here. Next up is playoff time. Wheelersburg will face off against the winner of Zane Trace and Northwest.
Yes.
And that will be a home game coming up, I believe, next Saturday. Nonetheless, 79-48 is your final here tonight. Wheelersburg wraps up a great season. They finish 18-1. South Webster falls to 8-11. You're watching Berg Sports Network. For the last time in the regular season, I'm Gavin Race.
And I'm Garris Carell.
Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.